In Texas, we do have prenuptial agreements, and this is a contractual agreement the parties enter into before marriage. Typically, we also will ratify that or have people after marriage come back and say, yes, this is still what we want to do. And we call that a partition agreement. In this agreement, the door is wide open on what you guys would like to agree to. It's going to be determine if we're going to have community property or if everything stays separate, how bills are going to be paid, how significant events will be handled between the parties, and what will happen if there's a dissolution, and even to the point of what can happen if one spouse passes away. You also will disclose all your assets and debts to each other. And I believe that all of these disclosures and this planning ahead really can help solidify the relationship and protect it moving forward. A lot of marriages break up because of financial aspects or disagreement on how things are going to be handled that come up in the marriage. And with a prenup, they've already decided these things. And so that conflict is actually removed. And I believe that parties that plan and actually enter into a prenup actually have stronger marriages. So the idea that if you go in and create a prenup is just a plan to get divorced, I believe it's actually the opposite. You're actually planning to make this a very solid relationship. In a prenup, you can actually also discuss what will happen with an inheritance. In Texas, anything that you inherit is considered separate property, and so a court would have no power to divide that inheritance. But what often happens is those inheritances are, especially if they're money, are put into an account that earns interest. The interest that's earned is community property, and so now we have a commingling of separate and community property in an account. But if you have a prenup, it can actually say that all that interest that's earned would remain separate. And so you don't have an aspect of having to determine which portion of an account is separate property and which portion is community, because you would have already agreed that it would all just be separate. I'm asked often how to approach the sensitive topic of a prenup. One thing you can do is, educate yourself about prenups. And there's all kinds of help on how to discuss that with a spouse. Hopefully, it's something that during your relationship you've discussed and you understand how each of you handle finances, and a discussion of when you're getting to the serious part, you're deciding to enter into a marriage, that it shouldn't be a hard topic to discuss. I've also had some clients that will go to a counselor to help them navigate those waters. But if it's approached as I want our marriage to be very strong and that we don't have these financial fights, and it's done in the right way, it should not be a difficult topic to discuss. I believe prenups help couples stay strong. I don't believe it sets them up for failure. It is not that they are contemplating that this marriage isn't going to work. They're actually planning on how to make it a very strong, successful marriage. And I think prenups have gotten a very bad rap in our society based on, you're planning for us to fail. And it's not. It's just we're going to have the financial discussions and we're going to have a financial plan for our marriage as we move forward. And with the high percentage rate of divorce occurring in our country, it's not a bad idea to have that discussion. It removes a lot of the mystery in each other's finances and assets, debts, so that you have complete knowledge of where each of you stands entering into this marriage, and you've already have your plan for how you're going to handle finances. And it doesn't necessarily, a prenup doesn't keep everything completely separate. It just sets up how you guys are going to handle your finances moving forward. So if you're considering marriage and you want to know more about prenups, give us a call at the Boswell Law Firm, where we provide peace in the chaos.